far, far away from the USA in a remote, reclusive country that borders Afghanistan. Afghan pilots stuck in limbo are hoping the U.S. government sends them a lifeline. Our Patrick Reevell traveled to Tajikistan to a border crossing now manned by the Taliban and talked with those pilots hoping for a safe way out before they're sent back home.
Tajikistan's Pamir Mountains are called the roof of the world, and hidden at the bottom of the towering peaks is a border that is not often seen.
So we've just been driving along the Tajikistan side of the border, and that is Afghanistan over there. And you can see how close it is. I mean, it's literally just a stone's throw across this river.
This is one of the places where you can see some of the first effects of the US exit from Afghanistan. The fall of Kabul to the Taliban in August was an earthquake for the surrounding region of Central Asia. It triggered fears of a potential influx of refugees into Tajikistan, already one of the poorest countries on earth, and worries that terrorist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda will once again try to use Afghanistan as a base for launching attacks via this border.
So we pulled over here because on that little hut over there, we can see the white flag of the Taliban flying.
The Taliban have taken control of the Afghan side of the border. Locals tell us the sound of gunfire has stopped there. And the only sign of America here, this replica Statue of Liberty.
The
bridges spanning the river here, though, are sealed indefinitely. Tajikistan is one of Afghanistan's only neighbors to adopt a publicly hostile attitude to the Taliban. When Kabul fell, leaders of the anti-Taliban resistance fled here. But what was once a safe haven has become a frightening limbo for a large group of American-trained Afghan Air Force pilots. In August, hundreds of Afghan servicemen flew their American-supplied aircraft to Tajikistan and neighboring Uzbekistan to escape the Taliban. More than 140 of the pilots and personnel are still stuck in Tajikistan, most detained at a hotel complex, they say, with poor food and no heating. One pilot is 9 months pregnant. For 2 months, they've not known when the US will airlift them out, terrified they might be sent back to the Taliban.
At this point, they've been there for over 2 months. Wintertime setting in. And, in some ways, they're starting to lose hope.
We met with 2 pilots whose identity we're concealing out of concern for their safety. They're part of at least 24 more pilots not in detention, but in hiding in Tajikistan.
If you are sent back to Afghanistan, do you think the Taliban will kill you?
That is going to a death penalty for both of us. I'm pretty sure, sir.
The US State Department has now told ABC it has now verified around 150 members of the group and hopes to soon relocate all of them. Thousands of Afghan military personnel, though, still remain in Afghanistan, as do many of the pilots' families.
Like, if you hear about the history of their families back in Afghanistan, that what they've been going through, you'll be shocked.
With the US exit from Afghanistan, other countries are now adjusting to the new reality. Russia has been moving rapidly to strengthen its former Soviet satellites that neighbor Afghanistan. Recently, it staged a series of unusually large public military exercises with them near the border.
These drills are taking place very close to Afghanistan, just a few kilometers away, really. And it's about sending a message, about saying that Russia will not tolerate Afghanistan's neighbors being destabilized following the Taliban's takeover.
Moscow retains a strong grip in Tajikistan. The largest military base it has anywhere outside of Russia is located in the capital, Dushanbe. Russia is worried about terrorist groups like ISIS penetrating Tajikistan's border.
So they're simulating an attack by a supposed terrorist group onto the base, and these are the supposed terrorists.
But Russia's military signaling only tells one side of the story. Moscow is also establishing a working relationship with the Taliban. Russia has received security guarantees from the Taliban that they won't destabilize countries like Tajikistan or let terrorists use Afghanistan as a base. We asked the group about those guarantees in Moscow.
Afghanistan will not be used to threaten the security of other nations.
The biggest fear now for Afghanistan is a potentially vast humanitarian crisis looming and the new exodus that could bring. Tamim Talash and his family arrived before that as the Taliban closed in, but now they're trapped, their money is running out, and with a 4-month-old baby to look after. An official with Afghanistan's American-advised Elections Commission, Talash says the Taliban tried to kill him twice in the past 4 years.
After 1 month, they call me, I will kill you, and I will kill you, and I will kill you. All the times they call me.
Talash has applied to the US for asylum, but so far has heard nothing. His previous life has evaporated, along with the US's 20-year project in Afghanistan.
Do you feel like all of your work has just disappeared?
Disappeared, yeah. Because of that, I'm so unhappy. I'm so tired. What you see, what happened in our country, it is so tragedy. It is so tragedy.
Patrick Reevell, ABC News, Dushanbe.
Our thanks to Patrick for that powerful report.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.